Welcome back. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to lose fat effortlessly, while others do everything right, count calories, work out, eat healthy, and still struggle? The difference is not always discipline. Sometimes it starts with breakfast, because the first meal you eat doesn't just feed hunger. It sends signals to your metabolism, your hormones, your cravings, your energy levels, and even the food choices you make later in the day. Eat the wrong breakfast, and by 10:30 a.m., you're starving, reaching for snacks, craving sugar, and fighting hunger all day. Eat the right breakfast and something very different happens. You feel satisfied, focused, in control. You naturally eat less later, your blood sugar stays steadier, your body becomes more efficient at burning stored energy. So what exactly is the best breakfast for fat loss? Today, we're diving into what nutrition scientists, obesity researchers, metabolic health experts, and physicians consistently recommend. And some of the answers may surprise you, because the healthiest looking breakfast in the supermarket might be one of the worst choices for losing fat, and one of the simplest breakfasts in your kitchen might be one of the best. Let's begin. Why breakfast matters more than most people think. Breakfast has become controversial. Some people swear by intermittent fasting and skip it entirely. Others believe breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So who's right? The truth is more nuanced. Breakfast is not magical. Eating at 7 a.m. doesn't automatically melt body fat. But for many people, breakfast can become a strategic tool. Why? Because morning is when your body is highly responsive to food signals. Hormones like cortisol are naturally elevated. Blood sugar regulation is actively shifting after the overnight fast. Appetite hormones, such as ghrelin and leptin, are influencing hunger patterns. That means your first meal can either stabilize your day or destabilize it. A balanced breakfast can reduce later overeating. A sugary breakfast can amplify hunger by mid-morning. And skipping breakfast works well for some people, but causes rebound eating in others. So the real question is not, should everyone eat breakfast? It's, if you eat breakfast, what kind of breakfast best supports fat loss? That's where the science becomes powerful. The biggest breakfast mistake most people choose breakfast based on convenience, not biology. Think about common breakfast foods: sugary cereal, muffins, toast with jam, granola bars, flavored yogurt, pastries, sweet coffee drinks. These foods are often marketed as healthy, light, energizing, or heart smart, but metabolically, many are dessert in disguise. They digest quickly, spike blood sugar rapidly, trigger insulin release, and often leave you hungry again within hours. That creates a cycle: quick energy crash, cravings, snacking, more hunger. And because hunger feels urgent, people blame themselves. But often, it was the breakfast. Your body is not weak. It's responding exactly as biology predicts. If your first meal is low in protein, low in fiber, and high in refined carbohydrates, hunger later is not failure. It's expected. What experts prioritize for fat loss breakfasts? When researchers study successful eating patterns for sustainable fat loss, several themes repeat again and again. The best breakfasts usually emphasize: 1. Protein. Protein increases satiety more than carbs or fat for many people. It also has a higher thermic effect, meaning your body uses more energy digesting it. 2. Fiber. Fiber slows digestion, supports gut health, improves fullness, and can reduce blood sugar spikes. 3. Healthy fats. Fats help satisfaction and can slow gastric emptying when paired wisely. 4. Minimal added sugar. This helps reduce the crash and crave cycle. 5. Whole foods. Less processing often means better satiety signals. So instead of asking, how many calories is breakfast? Ask, how satisfying is breakfast? Because the meal that keeps you full for 5 hours may outperform the low-calorie meal that triggers overeating by 11 a.m. That's a game changer. The number one nutrient for morning fat loss: protein. If there is one nutrient experts repeatedly emphasize for breakfast, it is protein. Why protein? Because protein affects hunger differently than most foods. It stimulates hormones linked to fullness. It helps preserve lean muscle during fat loss. It can reduce cravings later in the day, and it helps maintain metabolic rate while dieting. Many people eat only 5 to 10 grams of protein at breakfast. That's often not enough. Compare a bowl of sugary cereal with almond milk, maybe 6 grams, versus Eggs with Greek yogurt and berries, 25 to 35 grams. Those two breakfasts can feel radically different inside your body. One disappears quickly, the other creates staying power. Many experts suggest aiming for roughly 25 to 35 grams of protein at breakfast, depending on body size, goals, and total daily intake. That one shift alone can transform appetite control. Best breakfast food. Number 1, eggs. Eggs remain one of the most effective fat loss breakfasts available. They are rich in high-quality protein, convenient, affordable, and highly satiating. Research comparing egg breakfasts to refined carb breakfasts often finds improved fullness and lower calorie intake later in the day. Why do eggs work so well? Because they combine protein, micronutrients, and satisfaction in a compact package. And no, you do not need to fear whole eggs the way many people once did. Modern nutrition science has become far more nuanced about dietary cholesterol and overall context. For many healthy individuals, eggs can absolutely fit into a heart-conscious lifestyle. Best uses: scrambled with vegetables, boiled eggs with fruit, omelet with spinach and mushrooms, eggs with avocado and salsa. The key is what you pair them with. Eggs plus vegetables? Excellent. Eggs plus donuts? Different story. Best breakfast food. Number 2, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is one of the most underrated fat loss foods. Why? Because it is protein dense, versatile, and easy. Many plain Greek yogurts deliver 15 to 20 grams of protein per serving. That's substantial. It also contains beneficial cultures that may support gut health depending on the product. And emerging science continues exploring how the gut microbiome may influence weight regulation, inflammation, appetite, and insulin sensitivity. Choose plain, unsweetened versions when possible. Then build flavor yourself: berries, cinnamon chia seeds, walnuts, unsweetened cocoa, vanilla extract. This gives you nutrition without the sugar load of many flavored yogurts. Some flavored yogurts contain as much sugar as dessert. Always read labels. Best breakfast food. Number 3, oats. Oats have earned their reputation, not because they are trendy, because they contain soluble fiber, especially beta-glucan, which can help support satiety, cholesterol management, and blood sugar stability. But not all oat breakfasts are equal. Instant sugary packets loaded with sweeteners? Not ideal. Steel-cut oats or rolled oats with smart toppings? Excellent. Build oats the expert way. Add protein powder or Greek yogurt. Add chia or flax. Add berries. Add nuts. Use cinnamon. Now you've converted a carb-heavy breakfast into a balanced meal. Without protein, some people feel hungry soon after oatmeal. With protein and fat added, oats become much more powerful. Best breakfast food. Number 4, berries. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. These are elite breakfast foods. Why? They are lower in sugar than many fruits, rich in fiber, and packed with polyphenols, plant compounds associated with metabolic and vascular benefits. Berries can help sweeten meals naturally while minimizing the sugar surge caused by juices, pastries, or syrups. Use them in yogurt bowls, oatmeal cottage cheese smoothies, side dishes with eggs. If fat loss is the goal, berries often outperform fruit juices dramatically because juice removes much of the fiber and speeds absorption. Whole fruit wins. Best breakfast food. Number 5, nuts and seeds. Tiny foods, big impact. Chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds. These foods provide healthy fats, fiber, minerals, and texture. They slow digestion and increase satisfaction. Even small portions can improve fullness when added to breakfast. Examples: chia in yogurt, ground flax in oats, almonds on cottage cheese, walnuts with berries. With one caution: they are calorie dense. Healthy does not mean unlimited. Use measured portions, not handful after handful distracted eating. Best breakfast food. Number 6, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese deserves a comeback. High protein, convenient, filling. Many servings provide 20 plus grams of protein with relatively modest calories. Pair with pineapple or berries, cucumber and tomato black pepper and herbs, nuts and seeds. For people tired of eggs or yogurt, cottage cheese can be a powerful alternative. What about smoothies? Smoothies can help or sabotage. It depends entirely on what's inside. A smoothie made with banana juice, honey, peanut butter, and flavored yogurt can become a liquid dessert. But a smoothie made with protein powder, Greek yogurt, spinach, frozen berries, chia, unsweetened milk can be excellent. The challenge with liquids is speed. Liquids are often consumed faster and may be less satiating than chewing whole foods. So if smoothies leave you hungry quickly, that matters. Your body's response is the real scorecard. The worst breakfasts for fat loss. Now let's talk about what experts commonly warn against. 1. Sugary cereals. Even healthy cereals can be heavily processed and sugar-loaded. 2. Muffins. Many muffins are basically cake. 3. Sweet coffee drinks. Liquid calories vanish fast and often do little for fullness. 4. Toast alone. Bread by itself lacks staying power for many people. 5. Fruit juice. Concentrated sugar without the fiber of whole fruit. 6. Granola traps. Granola can be nutritious, but often calorie-dense and sugar-heavy. These foods are not forbidden, but if eaten regularly as the core breakfast, they can make fat loss harder. Does coffee help fat loss? Coffee is fascinating. Caffeine can temporarily increase alertness, exercise performance, and in some cases modestly support energy expenditure. Black coffee or lightly customized coffee can fit well into fat loss plans. The problem is not coffee. It's what often comes with it. Sugar syrups, whipped cream, pastries, oversized sweetened lattes. That combination can erase any potential benefit quickly. Use coffee strategically, not as a dessert delivery system. What if you're not hungry in the morning? Important point, you do not need to force breakfast. If you naturally feel great delaying food, maintain energy, and don't binge later, a later first meal may work well. But many people skip breakfast unintentionally, then become ravenous later and overeat highly processed foods. So ask yourself honestly, does skipping breakfast help control appetite or worsen it? Your real-world behavior matters more than ideology. The best expert breakfast formula. Instead of obsessing over one perfect meal, use this formula. Choose one protein. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, protein shake, tofu scramble. Choose one fiber. Source, oats. Berries, vegetables, chia flax. Choose one, healthy fat. Nuts, seeds, avocado, nut butter. Add flavor, cinnamon herbs, salsa, cocoa, lemon. This creates meals that are satisfying, nutrient-dense, and sustainable. 5 powerful fat loss breakfast examples. 1. The satiety bowl, Greek yogurt, berries, chia walnuts. 2. The metabolic plate, 3 eggs, spinach, mushrooms, avocado. 3. The smart oats, protein powder, cinnamon, blueberries. 4. The savory start cottage cheese, tomato, cucumber, olive oil, drizzle. 5. The fast morning option, protein shake, frozen berries, flaxseed, simple, repeatable, effective, the real secret, consistency beats perfection. Many people search for the magical breakfast, but fat loss usually comes from repeatable habits. A great breakfast eaten consistently beats a perfect breakfast eaten twice. You don't need exotic powders, you don't need expensive superfoods, you need meals that keep you full support protein intake, reduce cravings, fit your schedule, taste good enough to repeat. That's how results happen. Why belly fat? Often improves with better breakfasts. People often ask about belly fat specifically. You cannot spot reduce fat from one meal, but breakfast can indirectly help abdominal fat loss by improving total calorie control, blood sugar regulation, insulin patterns, stress eating reduction, muscle preservation, daily energy for movement. Those factors matter enormously over time. One morning habit that changes everything before breakfast: drink water. Many people wake mildly dehydrated and mistake fatigue for hunger. Hydration first can improve clarity and appetite awareness. Then eat intentionally, not reactively. If I had to recommend one best breakfast overall, if I had to choose one evidence-aligned practical breakfast for most people seeking fat loss, it would be plain Greek yogurt, mixed berries, chia seeds, walnuts, cinnamon. Why? High protein, high fiber, healthy fats, minimal prep, excellent satiety. Supports blood sugar control, easy to sustain. But if you prefer savory foods, eggs with vegetables may be equally strong. The best breakfast is not universal. It is the one that works for your biology and your life. Final thought. Fat loss doesn't begin with punishment. It begins with alignment. When you stop fighting hunger and start feeding your body intelligently, everything gets easier. Cravings calm down, energy improves, consistency becomes natural, and progress stops feeling like suffering. So tomorrow morning, don't ask, what can I eat the fewest calories of? Ask, what meal will make healthy choices easier for the next 6 hours? That question can change your body and your life. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more science-backed nutrition strategies, longevity habits, and practical health advice you can actually use every day.